Hey everybody, Yankee here. As you know, SHOT Show just wrapped up last week, and there are a lot of new guns to talk about this year. It would be impossible to talk about all of them, just like it's impossible to see all of them if you're there. But today, I wanted to take a few moments and talk about what I think are the top 5 new handguns announced at SHOT Show 2024, and also let you know, did they make my own personal buy list? Am I actually going to get this gun? Is it something that's going on my wish list for 2024? So with no further ado here, let's get started on what I think are the top 5 handguns from SHOT Show 2024. First, I want to actually change it a little bit here. This is actually going to be a 5+1 list because I want to add something here that I want to call the one to watch. A gun that could end up being one of the best things at SHOT Show or could end up being total garbage. I just don't know enough about it yet because I haven't been able to handle it and I don't have confidence in this maker, so I can't make an informed decision. And that is the Diamondback SDR. This is a 6-shot 357 Magnum stainless steel revolver. It's self-defense size. It's very much like a Ruger and a Kimber K6S had a baby because it looks very much like it shares features from the LCRX line and the K6S double action, single action line. And it's very nicely put together in pictures. Now, whether it'll be that in person or not is another question, because like I said, I do not have confidence in the company Diamondback. But this gun has the potential to be something great. So instead of putting it on the list, I just want to list it as the one to watch. And if this gun turns out to be good, if it's actually a well-made design, a well-made product, it will definitely make my wish list for 2024. At number 5, we have a gun that isn't for everybody because of the price. But it's actually a beautiful gun that someone pointed out to me in a live chat the other night, and it is the Nighthawk Firehawk. When someone pointed this out to me, I instantly fell in love. This gun is beautiful, and it should be. It's from Nighthawk. If you're not familiar with Nighthawk, they're a custom 1911 builder, and they kind of fall in the middle as far as custom makers go. They're elegant, but still practical and tactical. You know, they don't lean all the way towards tactical like Wilson Combat, and they're not, three-piece business suit like Ed Brown, but they're still an amazing gun. Like I said, they kind of have their feet in both worlds there. And I love them. I have a few of them. They're the only custom 1911s I own. And I had to sell a lot of guns to buy them because they ain't cheap. Now, since it is a custom gun, you can get it however you want. But the main features on this gun are that it doesn't have a rail, which is getting to be less common these days. And it's got a built-in comp. Everything else you can pretty much change how you want. You can change the sights, you can change the finish. It can be black nitride or stainless. You can even change the build material on the frame. You can get, aluminum so it's lightweight, or you can get steel. You can do a lot of different things with it. You choose a lot of stuff. You choose your serrations, etc. It's a custom gun. That's why you get to sit down and fill out the form of what you want on it. But like I said, those main features are that compensated barrel, that built-in comp. And to me, another feature is that it doesn't have a rail, so it's got beautiful lines. Now, if I was going to get this gun, it would be in the all steel with the black nitride finish because it's just beautiful in that finish. It's simple, it's elegant, and I would love to have it. But this gun sadly is out of my price range. My pocketbook isn't that well padded, and I don't want to get a second mortgage. So this gun sadly will not be on my list for 2024. But if you're someone who's got a little bit deeper pockets than I do, and you love 1911s, especially clean, sophisticated, beautiful 1911s, I could see why this gun would be the top of your list, even though it can't be on mine because I just can't afford it. All right, at number 4, we have a gun that I haven't seen anyone talking about yet, and it is from Uberti, and it is the new Hunter, the 1873 Hunter from Uberti. Now, this is based on their traditional 1873 gun, but it has a top rail. It's been updated a little bit. It's a really nice looking gun. It comes in .45 Colt, and in 44 Magnum, so you can actually use it for hunting. It's got a really nice octagonal barrel, seems to have a really nice dark finish on it. Uberti makes great replica guns. In fact, I love their single action guns. So I can't wait to see this gun in person. And if this gun turns out to be something nice, I'm still on the fence whether it will be on my to buy list because I don't hunt with a revolver. And to be honest, if I was going to buy a hunting revolver, it'd be the Smith & Wesson 357 Legend. So as of right now, you know, things could change, but this gun is not on my to buy list, even though it is a really good gun. If you like single action replicas, if you like the 1873 period, if you like to go hunt with revolvers, if you just like 44 Magnum revolvers, lots of things to like about this. And like I said, I love that octagonal barrel. So I can understand why this is on your to buy list for this year. In fact, it should be if you like those things. But if you're not a hunter like I am and you got other things on your list you'd rather have, it just doesn't make the cut. So I'm going to have to say right now, at the moment, it's not on my wish list for 2024. All right, number 3 is something that might surprise people because it's a Taurus, and it's the TH10. And the reason this is on the list is because this is a polymer, hammer-fired, 10mm pistol that is great for self-defense. I can't imagine this would be a bad gun, period. All those things together add up to a great combination, and you can get this thing for under $500. The retail on it's only like $519. So this is going to be a great buy for someone who wants the power of 10mm, the effectiveness of a hammer-fired pistol, and, you know, the quality of Taurus, which a lot of people think is not so great, but I have to tell you, I've had nothing but good luck with Taurus. I give away so many of them every year, so I think they're awesome, and I think this is going to be no exception. If you're looking for a 10mm hammer-fired pistol, you don't have a lot of options. So it's nice to see a new one. And it is from a company that I personally do trust. And their warranty is unbeatable. So if you get it and you do have a problem with it, it'll be taken care of. So that's perfect. And then when you add, like I said, into the fact that it's inexpensive, just makes it even better. Now, is it going to be on my to buy list? No, of course not, because I don't have any need for a polymer gun that's in 10mm. I'm not a big polymer gun person. I already have one polymer 10mm, you know, the Glock 20, and it's pretty much all I need. So this gun, even though I think it's awesome, and if I didn't have the Glock 20 already, I might put this on my list, but since I already have it and I have no need for this gun, and I'm not really big into polymer guns, this gun is definitely not on my wish list for 2024. All right, at number 2, we have 2 guns that are not at all revolutionary. In fact, all they are is a different finish. So they are the Colt Python, the 4.5-inch and the 6-inch in a blued finish. And the only reason these are a big deal is because of that blued finish. In every other way, they're just like the Colt Pythons you can already buy. The 4.5-inch and the 6-inch Pythons you can already get in stainless steel. The difference is that they are a carbon steel gun with a blued finish. And that might not seem important to a lot of people, but if you're a Colt lover, especially if you're a traditionalist and a Colt lover, well, then this is something you've been waiting a long time for. These are awesome. They're beautiful. I've handled these in person. I did a video on the one I handled in person, and the finish is extraordinary. Now, it is not the same as the old Colt hot bluing. Just nothing actually is these days, but it's still really good by today's standards. So these are awesome. I'm glad to see them come, even though they're not revolutionizing the gun world. There's no innovation here whatsoever. It's actually a step backwards in time, but it's one that is very welcomed as far as I'm concerned. And one of these, the 4.5-inch, but maybe the 6-inch, I still haven't decided which, since I already have 4.5-inch Colt Pythons, and I wouldn't carry this. Maybe I'd get the 6-inch, because it'd be just a range gun and a show and off gun. So probably like right now, it's going back and forth between one or the other, leaning towards the 6-inch. But this gun is definitely the second most important gun on my 2024 wish list. And the most important gun is the gun that comes in at number 1. And at number 1 is a gun that isn't going to surprise anybody, because you know I love Berettas, and it is the new Beretta 92 GTS. Now, that GTS doesn't stand for anything gangster or anything, I don't think. It does sound very video gamey, but I think it stands for G-type, because it is a G-type safety. And in fact, it's a frame-mounted safety. That's what makes this Beretta so special. People have been clamoring for a frame-mounted safety for a very long time on the Beretta 90 series guns. I'm not one of those, because I don't mind the slide-mounted safety. I know why it's there, and I know how to use it. So it doesn't bother me at all. But some people really wanted a frame-mounted safety on the 90 series guns, and now they've got it. Now, the safety is a little odd, because instead of pushing it down to decock, you push it up, and then it springs back down. Now, there is no actual safety, so calling it a safety is a little bit of a misnomer here, because it's just a decocker. That's all it is. The G-type safeties on Berettas are just decockers. That's why I like them. I just like decocking. That sounds weird, but you know what I'm saying here. This gun, like I said, the GTS, it's G for that G-type decocker, and it's TS, I believe, don't quote me on this, because of how the sear system is set up now, because it used to just be a single sear on the decocker up on the frame, or up on the slide, I mean. So now that they've got it on the frame, they have to link it together, so there's 2 pieces now. So I think they're calling it a twin sear system, and I think that's where the GTS comes from. I think I heard that in passing, so like I said, don't quote me on it, but it makes sense. So this gun is something a lot of people have been clamoring for. It has that decocker. It has every other feature that makes a Beretta perfect. It's on the frame, and it's just something, like I said, a lot of people have been clamoring for a long time. And even though it isn't something I've been clamoring for, it's something I definitely want, because it's something new and different from Beretta. Now, they have made frame-mounted safeties before on guns. I have a Beretta that has the frame-mounted safety, but in the past, those were usually single-action only guns, and it was actually a manual safety, even if it was a double-action, single-action gun. It was just a manual safety. So, it wasn't really that thrilling to me. But now that it's a decocker, now that you can get it with that frame-mounted decocker, that makes it the perfect Type G Beretta like I've always liked. Now, I just can't imagine how it could be better. Well, it could be better if they made the 96 models in these configurations. I would like to see a 96X and a 96 GTS, but I can just keep my fingers crossed for that right now. It's not very likely to happen with the market going away from 40 Smith & Wesson, which makes me sad. And in fact, you can join the Save the 40s Foundation at the end of this video if you want to. But like I said, that's number 1 on my list, the Beretta GTS. And that, I don't think I'm surprising anyone when I say that is definitely the number 1 gun on my wish list for 2024. So there's my list of the best new handguns coming out from SHOT Show, and the ones that are actually making it on my wish list for 2024. Let's hear from you. What guns did you think were the most interesting, and which ones are you actually going to buy for yourself?